Okay, we are live.
Hello,
We are
hello.
live on we are live. Let's check the uh, Facebook
Wait,
feed. Hello,
I guess you
hello,
can
everyone.
share. Hello, hello. I'm Miss Palm. I hope y'all can hear us. We need y'all to start going to the chat. And if you can see and hear us, just chat that you can hear or you can see. And then we're going to want you all to click and share before we start our introductions.
Okay, we are streaming on Facebook and YouTube.
Okay.
And for those of you who are joining us, thank you so much for joining us. Come on in.
You're going to have to share with me
This is the truth. The whole, okay,
the truth and nothing but the truth.
writing.
This is the truth and nothing but the truth. Welcome you all to tonight. And we'll just what we're doing now. I want to make sure that everybody has the opportunity to come in, click and share. Uh, we had some difficulties last night, but now we're up. We hope we need for you all to let us know if you can see us. So go ahead on, go to the chat, make a comment so we'll know that we are live and you all are there. Keith, you're gonna have to share yours to me because I don't have it on my Facebook.
Okay.
Come on in, you all. Let us know that you're there. Let us know that you're there. Here.
We are okay. We are here, right? And
Can you share it with me, Keith?
we're going to share this. Okay. Uh, want to make sure that it's shared on various pages.
Good evening, good evening. This is Miss Palmer, and I am running for District 8 City Council seat in the City of Birmingham. We're coming here tonight to bring you all,
And
educate you all with the Mayor Council Act of Birmingham, Alabama. So what we're doing now, we just want you all to make sure that you are here on the chat. You can see us because we are live. We had to detour into restream, and we want to get started, but we won't get started until we see some comments that we are here, that you see us here. Kiva, I don't even see you on my page. Did you share it with me?
yes, I shared it on your I shared it on your profile, so it should be there.
Come on, come on. Where are you? Where are you?
So come on in, tune
Come.
in.
Hello, hello. We're gonna get started, but I can't get started without getting the I'm waiting on the video to drop from Keith. There we
Okay,
go.
I did
I have
send
it,
it to
Keith.
you. Okay,
Confirm.
yeah, it's okay. All righty, we got that. All right, so peek on in.
I'm gonna
Again, thank
tag
y'all
some of
for
you all
tuning
in.
in with us.
Exactly.
We would officially begin in a few people to come in.
What I'm doing is tagging people in. You all,
Again,
because when we get
we
started,
want to thank every.
I'm with Keith O. Williams, and this is kind of under Keith's Facebook page, but we're sharing this video together. So please click and share. Click and share. Come on in. I'm inviting you all now. So let us know that you are here. Please let us know you are here by making a comment. Oh, oh, I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all can't click on yet until till I send it, but it's coming. I'm gonna send y'all the invite. It's coming. God is good. God is good. That we're able to be here today and share the knowledge of some of the things that's in the city of Birmingham. We're in Birmingham, Alabama. For those who are listening out in the world, I want to say hello to everyone. We're in Birmingham, Alabama, and we have municipality elections going on here in the city of Birmingham. Mayor, city council, and school board. Mayor, city council, and school board on August the 26th. Once I share this in a minute, y'all, I'm tagging a lot of people.
Okay, so come on in and make yourself at home. Uh, for those of you who are coming on, thank you so much for tuning in. We are sharing it to as many pages on Facebook as we possibly can so we can get more people tuning in, whether you are watching live or you're going to be watching later.
Y'all, please put a chat if y'all can't hear us or if it freezes up or something. Be patient with it because this is our first time using this
Again,
streaming
thank you
system.
everybody for coming.
Keith, do you see anyone in the comments?
I don't see anyone. I don't see anyone in the. I don't see anyone in the comments. If someone comments, it should pop up.
Y'all, come on in, people. We're here tonight to share. And y'all, excuse me, because where I'm at is kind of hot. We're gonna get started, and people, y'all can join us later. Just need to know that you all can see us and hear us. And we're coming on live tonight, the truth and nothing but the truth. And with the city council election, mayor and school board of the city of Birmingham, Alabama. Come on, come on, come on.
Okay, we got some people are coming in.
Good, good. Greet them. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in, come on in. This is Susie Palmer, and this is Keith O. Williams. Okay, okay, we got people that's on. We got some people coming on. Welcome, 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 people. We want to
Oh,
apologize for last night. We
fantastic.
had some
Well,
we had some difficulty, but we're here tonight with I'm gonna introduce myself, and then Mr. Keith will introduce himself. And click and share, click and share. This is broadcast that I started, and this is part three: the truth and nothing but the truth. And we coming tonight to bring y'all the Mayor Council Act. I'm gonna show y'all HB 515 and the Mayor Council Act as amended, and the original in the back from 2016. So you can find this on the website of Birmingham City. Your copies, you can find a copy on the website of the Birmingham City. My name is Susan Palmer, and I am running for District 8 City Council seat. And my campaign is You Matter, and let me be your advocate, your voice. So we are bringing you, educating you and ourselves as well on the Mayor Council Act. Some things will be said, some things will be found and explained. I'm gonna let pause and let Mr. Williams introduce himself, talk about his campaign. Then we're gonna get started. Mr. Keith.
uh, good evening, everyone. My name is Keith Williams. I am running for Birmingham City Council District 6. I am running because I want to breathe life into Birmingham's future because Birmingham is dealing with a lot of dry bones, and I want to breathe life into the city of Birmingham. And that's through what I call the framework. Accountability rooted in action, commitment that brings unity, unifying the people through common ground, and transparency that informs, creates, and transforms. So if you live in District
Okay.
6, that's North
For the
Titusville,
so
South
you all,
Titusville, Woodland Park, the whole. Go ahead.
oh okay. Um and I live in District 8. But we can, well, we're gonna start off with first recognize our God in heaven, and we thank him for the blessing that he have bestowed upon us today as he continue to guide us and watch over the Birmingham city as a whole. He know the needs of this city, and he know what it's going to take to move this city forward. And we just ask him, and we bow to him, and giving him all the well, we're not giving him, we are bound to him to allow him to continue to do what he's doing for the citizens of the city of Birmingham, Alabama. And without God, none of these things that we even going through will be possible. But remember that He is the head and He's still in charge. Didn't want to leave out God because we can't do this without Him. Okay. Moving forward, um, Keith, let's go with our disclaimer, please. Mr. Keith, can you give a disclaimer?
Okay. So before we discuss some disclaimers with you, number one, this podcast is not paid for by the committee to elect Susan Palmer and of Keith O. Williams' political campaign. This is strictly public about the Mayor Council Act. So we're using this time to educate people on what the Mayor Council Act is. We're not here to bash anybody. We're not here to talk about anybody. We just want to state what is written in uh, this booklet. So it's in black and white. So everything that we'll be talking about is coming straight from this booklet. And if you have any questions or concerns, uh, please let us know and nation to you and, and move in a manner that is and professional and respectful to everyone. Thank you.
Okay, you may have some, y'all may see some issues within the video, but we're going to continue to voice our voices and concerns. It seems like it's doing some kind of delay, but we're going to continue to carry this Mayor Council Act, and we're going to start now. Keith, it's some delay on your end when you, so may want to look into that. But we're here and we're ready to discuss this, the Mayor Council Act. Again, the Mayor Council Act is published on the City of Birmingham website. So you can even go Google now and get you a copy. This act is HB 515, and that means that it was voted on and passed by uh, the state legislators with the senators as well as the governor, and it's been stamped and sealed in 2016. I want to give you a quick reference that in 20 that at that time that the Mayor Council Act was passed, we had a Mayor William Bell was in office. Our current mayor is Mayor Woofin today, but at that time, Mayor William Bell was in office. And we had different city councils that was sitting on the board at that time as well. And I like to show you proof and evidence. In 2017, 2021, this is our city council board. Our city council members were John Hilliard, Darrell Quinn, Sheila Tyson, William Parker, Hunter Williams, Stephen Hort, Valerie Abbott, Jay Roberson, and LaShonda Scales at that given time. Okay? And of course, I said before, dealing with the Mayor Council Act, Mayor William Bell. Okay? Currently today, our city council members are well, I'm not going to go over there because I'm not advertising for them, but I do want to reference to the history of what's going on, what went on in the time of the passing of the Mayor Council Act. We will try to, as we go through the Mayor Council Act, to keep referring to names, but only positions as described in the Mayor Council Act. We're not here to point fingers at anyone. What we are doing is educating ourselves as well as you all in the public of the Mayor Council Act. I want to say this right here for the first thing is that the Mayor Council Act is made up of the mayor and 9 council men or women in the city of Birmingham. We have 9 districts, okay? And once the election has taken place, then the mayor and the councilors are sworn in and they take their seat. Then they all must, and we will hope they would do that, uh, receive a copy of the Mayor Council Act where they can sign off on it and say they have it or have or it could be read. So we're gonna start. Keith, you wanted to say anything else before I start with the actual setting of the Mayor Council Act?
No, I'm good. You can go ahead and proceed.
Okay, I'm gonna read some things to you that has changed. So I don't want to say, okay, we took something out of contents that was not in the Mayor Council Act. Then we can discuss it. The Mayor Council Act in the booklet will have the first pages for all amended. And that amendment was adopted by, and those are the changes adopted by the state of Alabama. Okay, in the back of the book, you will have the old uh, and which is still current with some of the things, the old Mayor Council Act and the inserts of the new amended laws. This is law now. Once it was voted on and signed off by the governor, it became law for the city of Birmingham. We're going to touch on the basis right here is the history. How did Birmingham become a city with the Mayor Council Act? How is it that Birmingham is the only city in the state of Alabama that has a Mayor Council Act that is in effect and not another city in Alabama? Keith, you want to reference to that?
That legislator passed what is called the Alabama Code Title 11, which placed municipalities in the Alabama into classifications. There are 8 classifications. These classifications was based on the population of the 1970 census. And at that time, Birmingham had a population of over 300,000 people, which placed Birmingham at a class 1 municipality. Under Alabama Code Title 11, Birmingham is the only city that has a mayor council act of the city of Birmingham. If you are a class 2 through 8 municipality, you are governed by the Alabama Code Title 11. So that is how Birmingham came to have the mayor council act, and no other city.
Okay, and I want to also reference it. We're going to give you references from the Mayor Council Act. When we give these references, we're going to give you a page that you can check us on, as well as line item. The new amendment have a line item with their and a page, but the original Mayor Council Act we will give you a page and it has a section. So if you want to fact check us, then we're going to give you that information. You want to write it down. If it's when you go online and pull the book, then you can go back and reference to that particular page, section, or line item number. Okay. What we just spoke on, how did the city become the only city in the state of Alabama with a mayor? I mean, as the Mayor Council Act, it would be on page 1, section 101, page 1, section 101. We're going to let you do some homework too now for yourself. But it does state that the city in the state of Alabama, which has a population of more than 300,000 according to the last federal census, of which may hereafter have such population according to the federal or municipality census. So it's a census that they look at as for its population. Now, let me tell you that we're reference to 9/9/1955, and we're reference to 7/6/1965. And at that time, they became a population of 300 here in the city of Birmingham. But one may ask right now today, well, Miss Palmer, Birmingham only has under 200 some thousand people. So how is it that the Mayor Council Act is still governing the city of Birmingham? Okay, well, let's ask that question. Let's answer that question. The answer is that it was Birmingham, Alabama, when they wrote the Mayor Council Act, the state grandfathered Birmingham City into that 300,000 residents by census, even though they have dropped to 199, possibly, and that may be accurate, it may not be accurate, but they have dropped. They still are grandfathered in. So that's why the Mayor Council Act is still in effect for the city of Birmingham. It's not in effect for the other cities. Yes, I'm sure there were cities back in the past that had this particular amount of residents, but not today. So go to the handbook and you can read it for yourself. Keith, you got any more information on that?
According to Alabama Code Title 11, when this was established, whatever population that you had, that your municipality had in 1979, that's whatever your classification. So, for example, in 1979, Birmingham had over 300,000 people, and it was classified as number 1. When the population dropped, the law says if your population goes up or go down, whatever class was assigned at that time, that's your classification forever. You can't change it unless you go before the state and have your municipality reclassified. Otherwise, whatever your whatever classification you was assigned to in 1979, that's what you had to go by. Now, there was a question that asked, will Birmingham drop, below 200,000 people? Well, according to the law, Birmingham is still a class 1 municipality based on what happened in 1979. And the law says that if your population goes up or goes down, your classification remains the same.
Okay, we're going to move forward now. And I'm going to reference to page 1 of the council, the Mayor Council Act, page 1, line item number 16. And you're going to have to read because it's going to be several line items all the way down to 25. And it said the first meeting, which should be held immediately following the effective date of the act, adding this mandatory language, and the subsequently at the first meeting held after the election of the council, effective date of the act, adding these mandatory language, and every 2 years thereafter. The council shall elect an office of the city who shall have the title of president of the council and he should preside over all the meetings of the council and a president pro temp who shall act as president of the city council during his absence. So every year you will see the process when they go in to the chambers after the election, they get voted in. This is in the Mayor Council Act, reference to page 1. And a president is elected, they vote, the body of 9 vote. Majority would be 5. So you have a president that would be voted on a pro temp. In the older amendment, when that president or a pro temp was elected, they served 4 years. And the new amended and adopted Mayor Council Act has limited that to 2 years for the president and pro temp. And then on that second year, they go back in and they vote again to elect a president and a pro temp. Yes, that person that is elected in the first 2 years can also be elected again in the next 2 years. So that change was critical because sometimes you got leadership and leadership didn't want to work with the council or the mayor. And now this is the opportunity where you can change that within the next 2 years. So that is critical as well that they changed that and added that. And it tells about the duties of we're not going to read everything. We're just going to pinpoint some things out that has been changed, something that has been edited out. This is a thick booklet. That's why we're referencing that you all go online, Birmingham City website, and pull the Mayor Council Act for HB 515, year 2016. It's out there for the public. Keith, did you have any uh, comments on that? The 2-year term limits versus the 4. I didn't hear you, Keith. Keith, are you saying? Can y'all hear Keith?
Okay. You got me?
I hear you now.
That was pretty much self-explanatory. You did.
Oh,
We can
okay.
move on.
It is also it tells the do's and the don'ts of the city council as well as the mayor. Uh, the city council has some do's and they have some don'ts. The responsibility of the city council is to adopt the budget of the city of Birmingham. The reason why it's good for us to bring these out because you all, we as running for candidates, those that wants to know how the government runs, and those that sitting in the seat, everybody in the citizens of the city of Birmingham needs to know how the city is ran. It is important going into a seat or sitting in the seat that you know the law. And the Mayor Council Act is the law, LAW, because it has been adopted by the state of Alabama, the governing law. And we have city ordinances, but they're ordinances. They don't override the law. So the city council responsibility is to adopt the budget of the city, authorize the insurance of bonds and warrants, inquire into the conduct of any office, department, or agency of the city, and make investigations as to municipal affairs. We're talking about the duties of the city councils or city council as a whole, except as otherwise provided by the law of this mandatory act. I'm referencing to page 2 and page 3. The members of all boards and commission and other bodies authorized hereunder or by law. So if you didn't get that, the city council appoints the members of all boards. Y'all get that? And commissions or other bodies authorized hereunder or by law. Keith, you want to interject anything?
Okay, so under the city council, to summarize, these are some things that the city council can do. They can pass ordinances, approve and amend the city budget, confirm certain mayoral appointments, investigate city departments and services, and represent the voice of the people. In other words, your council person should be an advocate for the people. Now, these are three main things that the city council cannot do. Number one, they cannot direct daily operations or staff under the mayor. They cannot make executive hirings or firing decisions, and they cannot interfere with executive contracts.
Can you give
Some
your
boards
reference?
are mayor. This is just a summary of what the Mayor Council Act says in a language that people will be able to understand. Because usually when these laws are written, and it's not just the Mayor Council Act, it's any state law. Sometimes they are vague in nature, and so we kind of want to put it in a language that people would be able to understand.
And also, the city council has shall include power to remove any member of any board,
That's
commission, or
reference
body.
page 2.
Okay. To remove anybody to the same extent as it might be done by the governing body of the city. So what we're saying that the city council has different powers and duties versus the mayor. That's why they have this Mayor Council Act. That the mayor doesn't have certain powers when it comes to boards that the city council has. And the city council doesn't have certain power when it comes to the mayor of the city of Birmingham appointees. He appoints his executive staff. He appoints a staff. But the city council cannot get involved with the appointment of the mayor staff. That is critical that you all hear that. The city council cannot get involved with the appointment of the mayor, and it is a violation. With that violation, it serves jail time. Yes, if the mayor has executive staff members that have been appointed by him, and there is an issue, there's something conflicting going on, everything, the mayor, the city council cannot interfere. Neither can they request that he remove one of his staff. Now, this is in the Mayor Council Act, y'all. This is nothing that Palmer making up. You can read it for yourself. So one may say, well, why is city council just sitting there and we heard about this going on over in the mayor department? And they so hush hush about it because the Mayor City Council Act shuts them down. Keith?
Definitely the only way that they will, be able to talk to them is for the purpose. The Mayor Council Act gives the city council the power to, investigate any board of agency, any department within the city, or even the mayor's office, itself. So the city council does have to the Mayor Council Act. It has to be a simple majority decision. Is that's what they want to do. They will only need 5 votes in order for that. Senate congressional hearings on TV. It was kind of something like that, where they will go before the council, and the council they ask questions, and they're doing an inquiry. That's the only thing they could do. They can't fire this person. Well, to fire somebody from public works, they can't do that.
And honestly, that kind of like puts ties their hands to certain things. But in this Mayor Council Act, that's why I I personally request that going into office as a city council, that the city council hire their own legal attorney. Because in order to interpretate this Mayor Council Act, you need a lawyer. Yes, me, Keith, and you all can actually read it and we can interpret it one way. But uh, it's legal terms. As written, it means something. It's in black and white, so it's law. But it ties their hand to certain things that do need to be in the body of the council. They are supposed to, they do request investigation. Now, that does not mean, let's get this right. Let's get this straight now. That does not mean that the city council cannot fill out ethics violation request forms against the mayor and his staff. Because by law, if you know something, you know that little term they got, see something, say something. Okay. It's same thing go for them. They cannot overlook certain things if broken in the law. So there is another form of action that can be taken, and that's by them having to fill out a form. Let me show y'all, because seeing is believing. The state of Alabama, let me let you see it. Commission form. The state of Alabama Ethics Commission form. Ethics, ETHICS, complaint. Anyone, not only just the city council, citizens, can also fill out complaints and send it to Montgomery, to the Ethics Commission, to follow up on. So these are available on the website, State of Alabama website. When I'm coming tonight, I'm bringing y'all some information. I'm bringing y'all proof. So any violations can be turned in and looked into at the State of Alabama for investigation. Okay. Let's get down here into the mayor's duty. The Mayor Council Act with the mayor. Birmingham runs a form of government with a chief executive officer of the city. The mayor is looked at and identified as, you want to say, CEO, which is a chief executive officer of the city of Birmingham, as long as he's elected and sits in that seat. Now, once he exits out, he just back to being a regular citizen. Okay? When the mayor joins in and he becomes appointed as the mayor, he has the right to choose his executive staff. When the mayor chooses his executive staff, and remember now, the city council votes in the budget. So the mayor will have a budget. He must stay within that budget. He cannot go over that budget. His pay, what he gives his executive staff, is out of the hands of the city council. Did you understand that? The city council cannot dictate to the mayor on who he chooses and how much he pays his employees, because there's a budget that is voted on that the mayor gets. The executive staff, we will notice that the mayor, current mayor that's in, he has a lot of executive staff. He has a lot of executive staff with high pay. It's posted in the paper that some making 145,000, 125,000, 99,000, all of that good stuff. If you're making over 99,000 or right in the 90 some thousand range, everyone must fill out an economic interest form. Just like when you're running for a candidate, you have to fill out that form. It is a law. It is mandatory. Not only for candidates and people that's running, it's also for people who are making over 90 some $1,000. It is mandatory. It is a law. Okay? I want y'all to know that. It's a law. They don't fill it out, they subject to the law. Moving forward, let's stay focused on the mayor's staff. Okay? The mayor can choose and pick his staff. He can choose the positions. He can choose the pay. City council cannot get involved in that. Keith, you got anything to say at this point?
Okay,
Okay, that's
so summarize, to summarize the do's and don'ts of the mayor, make reference to 5 through 8 that talk about the duties of the mayor. Pages 5 through 8. This is what the mayor can do: oversee day-to-day operations of the city, supervise department heads and city staff. That also includes the mayor's executive staff. Propose the city budget. And we'll talk about that a little bit because according to the Mayor Council Act, the mayor is required to submit a proposed budget to the city council by May 20th. The council is required to have that budget passed by the end of on June 30th for it to take effect on July the 1st. The mayor also appoints members to certain boards and agencies. Now, certain boards and agencies that the mayor can nominate someone, but the council has to approve them. For example, the Cross Place Board. The mayor can nominate someone for that board, but the council has the final say so. They can say, yes, we want this person. No, we don't want this person. Now, what can the mayor cannot do? The mayor cannot vote in or direct city council meetings. The mayor cannot approve contracts without council action. And the council cannot interfere, the mayor cannot interfere with city council led investigations. If you want to make reference to that, you can go to pages 5 through 8 of the pages of the Mayor Council Act uh, for reference.
and let me mention this. This is what I'm going to mention that's important. I'm going to reference to page 5 of the Mayor Council Act, page 5. And we're going to start on line item number 16. And it's going to go on this page down to 24. The mayor's job is to enforce all laws and ordinances. The mayor's job is to enforce all laws and ordinances. So ordinances are voted on by the city council. They're little miniature municipality laws that are voted on and adopted for the city. And they're not truly laws. They are city ordinances. Laws come from the state of Alabama. So the city ordinances may be something written like no parking on the grass, no what I'm gonna say, no overgrown lots. So it's his job. People have gotten it twisted. They're saying, oh, it's a neighborhood responsibility. It's the city council responsibility. No, it's not. It's the mayor responsibility to make sure that your city is clean. Because if there's an ordinance on the book, then the mayor and his department must take care of that issue. Again, the way your city looks, if it's dirty, not drug infested, he's over. Then therefore that goes to the mayor departments, which fall under the mayor, which makes the mayor responsible for that task. Not the citizens of Birmingham, not the neighborhood leaders, not the city council. We are running, me, Ms. Palmer, and Keith Williams, as advocates. What does that mean? That we're going to advocate, we're going to holler, we're going to complain to the mayor. If we get in this seat, we can't go to the mayor department heads and tell them, hey, you need to get over here in my neighborhood and clean it up. We can't do that as a city council because you are limited of who you can speak to sitting in that seat. So right now, the city council, nine members of the council, hands are tied because of the Mayor Council Act. The Mayor Council Act says you cannot speak or you cannot dictate to the mayor's staff, or you can be subject to the law, not in a good way. But so therefore, you're tying the citizens up where the best thing you could say when people are going around here and they're campaigning and they're promising you they can bring this, they can bring this, they can bring that, they can bring that. They can't bring anything related to cleaning up this city unless they go to that mayor that is in that seat. Whether it's current, whether it's a future, you will have to go to that mayor that is in that seat, or he give you a written statement or a letter stating who in certain departments you can communicate with. And believe me, get it in writing. Again, get you a lawyer, city council. Get your own lawyer, city council. Do not use the mayor's lawyer. This is just a personal advice because the mayor lawyer represents mayor responsibilities. Well, you got a mayor council act, so why would you go over here and share the mayor lawyer when you got to, okay, mayor council act. This is the law. You need to make sure that you have your own legal representation. Let's move a little further. Um, the mayor cannot appoint or remove officers and employees of, and I'm going to tell you this is an amendment, any board of the city having control over any park, recreation facility, fair, exhibit, or any library board of the city, in a municipality owned public utility. And just in case some people miss that, let me bring it to you one more time. He cannot remove any municipality owned public utility. That's including, I'm reading for the Mayor Council Act, you all, page 6, line item 1, and I probably end up going on down a little further to start with 1. Any municipality owned public utility he cannot remove, including electric, gas, and water system. Oh, wow. What? He cannot remove, including electric, gas, and water systems, while such utilities is operated under a board constituted by law or required by the terms of any indenture, mortgage, or deed of trust, providing for employment by other authorities. He cannot move any non-elected school board of the city. And it's a non-elected school board of the city, uh, which means school teachers and staff. He cannot, any planning board, a zoning board of the city. Now, you would know that planning board and zoning board works it's inside the city building. So there's a difference between his staff and other staff. I'm gonna digress and let Keith bring that because there are pensions, plan, and other things that qualify staff members. So you got some staff members that's under human resources, and you got the elected staff that the mayor appoint. So I'm gonna let Keith pick it up from here.
So we have what is called the Jefferson County Personnel Board. Uh, Here, that's where they do some of the hiring at, but then there are executive staff in which the mayor appoints them directly. Now, when it comes to boards and agencies in the city of Birmingham, I think there's over 100 boards and agencies in the city of Birmingham. There are some boards there are that the mayor exclusively appoints, and then there are some boards that the city council exclusively appoints. And then you have some in which it's split. The mayor appoints so many seats, city council appoints so many seats. So let me give you an example. Let's look at the crossplex board. Now, the crossplex board, the purpose of them is to operate functions and projects and developments that's going on at what is historically known as Fair Park. Now, the mayor can nominate someone to serve on that board, but the council has to confirm, or they can say, yes, we want this person, or no, they don't want that person. So the mayor cannot, say, you are appointed to the crossplex board. Only the city council can make that decision. And the crossplex board is accountable to the city council, not the mayor. Just want to make that clear. Again, in terms of the crossplex board, this is an example that I'm giving, that the mayor can nominate someone, but the council has to approve them. The crossplex board answers to the city council. So that's an example. Some board appointed by the mayor. There are some boards that are required confirmation or approval from the city council. Some are appointed exclusively by council. One good note is that citizens have the right to request transparency on these boards and how they are chosen, because these boards are designed as a building on the foundation of the mayor council act. So whoever sits on these boards, they make decisions that affect your everyday life, such as zoning and such as zoning. They determine what type of buildings or entities that come in in your city. Like, for example, you may have single family, in your neighborhood. Uh, that's the zoning. You may have some businesses in your community. That's another type of zoning. So the people who sits on the zoning board, they make those type of decisions to determine what goes into your neighborhood. And as a citizen, you have a right to know who sit on these boards. And as a citizen, you have a right to hold these people accountable. As a matter of fact, you have a right as a citizen to hold the mayor and the city council accountable. Anything you want to add to that, Ms. Palmer?
Yeah, I want to drive this right here home. So you all hold on to your seat here with Miss Palmer, because I'm finna take it to a higher level right now. And I'm gonna take it uh Mayor Council Act page 6. And I'm gonna go to line item number 18, therefore. Okay, it says that the mayor keeps the council fully advised as to the financial condition and needs of the city, prepare and submit the budget annually to the council, and to be responsible for its administration after its adoption, prepare and submit as of the end of the fiscal year. And I'm reading this as written from the Mayor Council Act. A complete report of the financial and administrative activities of the city for such years, and prepare a detailed report within 10 days of the council's uh, request, except the mayor shall have an extension of 5 additional days if the information is not readily available. The mayor has to recommend to the council such actions as he or she may deem desirable. Thank God it said he or she. Didn't say just a he. I want to make that clear. He prepares and submits to the council such reports he requires of him. I'm reading this because I'm finna come to a point in this Mayor Council Act that you all gonna be shocked, I would think. It says perform such other duties as may be prescribed by this part. He fixed the salaries and compensation of all officers and employees of the city who are appointable by him or her. I'm gonna say that again. Who are has been appointed by him or her, subject, however, to any civil service or merit law applicable to the city. Employment as members of his or her staff, such employees as the mayor may deem necessary for or on behalf of the city to assist the mayor and perform such duty relating to the mayor as the mayor may assign. Each such employee shall serve at the pleasure of the mayor for such compensation as the mayor may set. Such staff members shall not be under any merit or civil service system. Y'all with me? Those that he's appointing shall not be under any merit or civil service system, but should a member of the classified serve under any merit or civil service system applicable to the city be appointed here under the provision of this section, notwithstanding he or she may be paid at the salary established for his or her classification at the time of appointment, and such person shall not lose any rights under such merits of the civil service system by reason of his or her. So what they're saying, if the mayor go in and there's an employee working, had been there before he got there, and he taps that person to become one of his executive staff, that person will still carry his time, pension, and everything to the position that has been tapped to. If he decides to leave that position or get terminated, well, I'm going to say leave that position, or the mayor no longer needs him in that appointed position, he falls back into the position of the seat that he had prior to being tapped. So therefore, if he decides to retire out, he retires out on the, and I'm going to say that employee had 20 years before the mayor tapped him. He served 4 years with the mayor. So when he retire out, he'll have served 24 years for retirement. So he can come out with his retirement, even though he went to the appointed position as an executive member with none of those benefits. Okay? All right. Stay with me, please, because I'm finna come to the point. I'm making a point. Okay. Let me see. I'm gonna kind of speed read. Appointment here under and shall, upon termination of service on the mayor's staff, have the right to return to the classified service. I'm reading from page 8, number 1 right now. What I just stated is in writing. I'm not making it up. And with full credit for time served on the mayor's staff at the same or higher classification as that held upon appointed hereunder. Each such employee shall, by reason of such employment, become a member of the pension system covering the general employee of the city, if there's such a system, to the same extent, in the same manner, other general employees of the city, provided such employees apply to the board or other authority administration such pension system within 30 days of appointment Otherwise, such employees shall not be a member of the system. This session shall not limit the authority of the mayor. Now, listen to me and listen to me well. What I read next, I need all ears on board. In this section shall not limit the authority of the mayor to appoint other staff under the merit system or as otherwise authorized by law. Here we go. This is the bombshell coming up now. As written, page 8, Mayor Council Act, line item 1516 states, no person employed in one of these staff positions shall run for elected office while so employed. I'm going to read that again. No person employed with that mayor in one of these staff positions shall run for elected office while so employed. Why is it happening today? Why has it happened today? Y'all, this is the law. And if it's happening, it is an ethics violation. You cannot ignore the law. Keith, you got something to say?
Two things I want to point out. First thing I want to point out is that in recent years there has been a heavy complaint from the city council that the mayor is not providing them with the necessary information that they need in order to conduct their business. Well, you just read that that on page 6 of the Mayor Council Act, line 18, the mayor shall keep the council fully advised as to the financial conditions and the needs of the city, prepare and submit the budget annually to the council, responsible for its administration after its. Okay, there's been a lot of complaints from the council that they're not getting the necessary information that they need in order to conduct their business. Where if the mayor ignores that, and I just read it, that's a serious violation. Finally, I want to say now, you cannot be in a position on the mayor's executive staff and hold a political office. Cannot hold a political office while you're serving on the mayor. So we had a situation to where we had a person that's on the mayor's staff or a head of the department or they're part of the executive staff. This is in for a public office. Now, according to the law, that person will either have to resign or they have to take a leave of absence before they begin their campaign. If they want to, they have to resign from that position from the city. Because the law says you cannot have a salary while being on the executive staff, while having a salary working, as a political, office, if that makes sense. So you can't do that. You can't have two salaries. You can't have two positions. That is a serious violation according to the state of Alabama, and they the Ethics Commission, they take that very seriously. So those are the two key things that the mayor needs to be look out for, because the mayor is responsible. Whoever he appoints or put in place, the mayor is responsible. And if that person gets out of line ethically, guess what? The mayor is also responsible as well. And the mayor can actually be slapped with an ethics charge too. So I just want y'all to keep that in mind.
So keep that in mind, people. And let's just say we have so many employees of the city in different positions running for legislator, running for different school board, running for different things. And again, city council that we have in place currently now, it just seemed like, did you pick up the mayor council act? Did you read it? Are you not upholding it? Do you, and you got a president, and the president, you bring your concerns to the president or the pro temp or any of the city council, they got to act on it. They got to investigate it. I mean, that's their job. We just read earlier that that's their job to investigate. So if you have an employee, now he can't, city council can't go up to that employee and say, hey man, you can't run. Hey woman, you can't run. They can't do that because we already read they cannot address the mayor's staff, but they can address the mayor. If the mayor say he don't want to be addressed, then they can address it with the, where my phone went. They can address it with the legal form because a pen is more powerful than words. And this is the State of Alabama Ethics Commission form. Because if there are staff running in the positions and do not, and as I read this, you cannot run for elected position. And these people that are running against these people or have ran against people and have not, and you hear it now, it's nothing wrong with putting you a complaint in. It's just an investigation. They're going to tell you yay or nay. Yes, this is right. No, it's not. Because the Ethics Commission is with the state of Alabama. The state of Alabama passed this law. And I also say this in defense of the people running, state of Alabama, you qualify these people. And if you know that Birmingham got people and they're working, still staffed and still on payroll for the city, why are you qualifying them? You passed the Mayor Council Act for Birmingham. So my question is, are they in it? But maybe they are driven on complaint. You have, and I'm going to touch this subject, you have people that's running for office right now currently that are legislators that have voted and passed this HB 515 Mayor Council Act, and serving with people that may be in violation. And I say may. Let us put this disclaimer out here. Me and Miss Susan Palmer and Keith O. Williams are not lawyers. We'll not operate as lawyers. We are citizens of the city of Birmingham, but we are running for a position for city council and been qualified as a candidate. And so what I'm saying, we'll educate not only ourselves but the public, but those that sit in that seat right now today. Get up, rise up, do your job, pull out the Mayor Council Act, and get things right in the city of Birmingham. That's why we have so much crime and so much corruption, because the head is not right. And I'm talking in the mayor's seat, if you're wrong, you're wrong. In the council seat, you're wrong, you're wrong. The council, you can't be no amen corner for the mayor. We didn't put y'all there for y'all to amen and yes on everything. You must question what a mayor has and wants to do. Then hold him accountable, because it's your job. Because just like we can file this on the behalf of the mayor, we can file it on behalf of the city council. I don't see anything on this form say exclude city council. No, it does not. Because they're not doing their job. Now, let me move this a little faster here, because I'm just going to paraphrase. Keith mentioned something about boards. He mentioning crossplex. Exception as, I'm on page 10, line item number 10 through 14. Except as expressly provided by this poet, all laws and parts of laws relating to establishment of the authority for fairgrounds, parks, exhibits, exhibitations, and other installations, facilities, and places for the amusement, entertainment, recreation, and cultural development of the citizens of the city, and for the powers, authority, mode of finances, and conduct of the same contained in the general or local laws of the state and Title 62 of the Code of Alabama, 1940, as amended. This is the amendment, as the same may apply and be in effect with respect to the city at the time when such city shall elect was elected to be governed by this part, shall in full force and effect, continue in full force and effect, and without interruption or change as to establishment of conduct of any authority created thereunder, after adoption of the mayor council form of government by such city. What are you saying, Miss Palmer? I am reading the Mayor Council Act, HB 515, adopted in 2016 for the city of Birmingham. They have, with me being having the honor to serve my area in the city of Birmingham, and which is the fairgrounds, called Fair Park, Crossplex, 5 Point West, and my other areas. This reads, fairground cannot be demolished as not existing. We read the law. Page 10 through 25. Fair Park, fairgrounds. Most people know fairgrounds as Crossplex. Bill Has Arena has stood its ground for years. When the mayor, former mayor, Larry Langford came, he decided that he would tear down everything out there. Y'all listen to me and listen to me well. He came up with the Crossplex. When me being the leadership person at that time, doing the framework plan and doing the development, someone tapped me on the shoulder and said, Ms. Palmer, we need to talk, because fairgrounds cannot be demolished and torn down because it's a law. See, it's good to know somebody that knows somebody. And they wanted, our goal was for them to put the historical landmarks or pictures and stuff into the Crossplex showing the fairgrounds. Once it came to me, it's a lawyer tapped somebody else who tapped me. So I didn't get to talk to the lawyer, but however, to inform me. So when we contacted the mayor, which was Larry Langford, and then when Langford left the seat, it became William Bell. There's a marquee out here. That marquee stands at 5 points. I mean, at the Crossplex, at the end of the four-way. Facts. Go look at it tomorrow. You will see on that marquee, Crossplex. Welcome to the Crossplex. But at the very bottom middle, you will see Fair Park, or either Fairgrounds. I fought for them to keep the landmark as Fair Park. Same thing as Fairgrounds. And we fought also for things on the inside. Reading this Mayor Council Act, you just heard me read that cannot. It was established in 1940. Keith mentioned, I'm going to give it to Keith in a minute. Keith mentioned a Crossplex board. Fairgrounds should have had a fairground board before it became a Crossplex board. Everything was demolished. Now we have a Crossplex board. The current mayor has proposed, they did a development and redeveloped the area under Bell, the former mayor, and they redeveloped the Crossplex. It was then passed over to the mayor that came in after him, which is the current mayor. He now has taken that development from the other black-owned developer and is now developing it for a Crossplex Fun Center. All right, y'all listen, y'all with me? because I'm trying to drive it home. If you have a board, let's take the park board, the board of education, and we got several different boards. Those boards' responsibility is to vote on development projects for that particular building that they have. So if the crossplex is being developed, why is it that the mayor is overseeing the project and have hired developers, not the city council? They can vote on the money, pass the money over to the crossplex/fairground board, and that board should be the one legally speaking on these projects. Not one time have that board communicated with the Central Park neighborhood that they were developing anything or they involved in anything. So my question is, based on the Mayor Council Act, the mayors, former, current, are running the crossplex without the board. Take it over, Mr. Williams.
You kind of hit it on the nail, right? I don't think it's really anything much to say, other than this cross place board. As I said earlier, the mayor can nominate someone, but the council has to approve them. I said that earlier. Additionally, this cross place board is accountable to the city council, not the mayor. So anytime decisions that are made, in regard to property, what we call it, a cross place, what we call it, fair park, whatever, those decisions should be made by the cross place board, not the city council, not the mayor. The only involvement that the city council have is make a decision about the money, how much the project is going to cost. They put it in the budget, they voted for it. That's it. That's the only role that the city council has to play. Other than that, we have what is called interference. And according to the Mayor Council Act, interfering with certain decisions or activities would be a violation of the Mayor Council Act. Just want to put that out there.
Again,
Have
this
we
is
have we
our.
talked
Go ahead, Keith.
have,
Go
have,
ahead,
have we
Keith.
talked about which boards and agencies that the mayor and city council can serve on? Have we got there yet?
You can go ahead. You
Okay.
can go ahead.
All right. So the question has been asked: can the mayor and the city council serve on boards? Now, this is one of the changes that was made in the Mayor Council Act. Now, for most boards and agencies, the mayor and the city council cannot sit on these boards. That's a change that has been made in the Mayor Council Act. Okay. However, let's look at the mayor first. The sit on certain boards as an ex officio member. That includes the Birmingham Planning Commission, the Public Building Authority, the Birmingham Industrial Development Board, and the Land Bank Authority. Okay, for the City Council, they can only serve on the Jefferson County Transit Authority Committee or the Regional Planning Commission for uh, Greater Birmingham. Under Alabama Constitutional Article 17, Section 280, and ethics laws, officials cannot hold two different offices of profit or trust. That includes a board in which they would get a salary from. Can't do that. This does not apply to board appointments that does not receive a salary. But it can be a problem if the second role has legal authority, such as they're making decisions about, contracts, or they have regulatory powers. According to Alabama Constitution, Article 17, Section 280, that will create a conflict of interest. A council member serving on a nonprofit board, that means that's outside, that receives city funds, must disclose their relationship and recuse themselves from related votes. Let's just say that you are a city council member and you work for neighborhood housing services. That means that whenever something comes up that relates to housing, that particular person cannot vote on anything. That includes contracts, anything. They can't vote on anything. They have to recuse themselves. Failure to do so could violate the Alabama ethics laws. Okay. So in summary, can okay. So in summary, let me see. I gave you an example. A council member is appointed to the Cross Place Board. It is an advisory board with no funding power. Okay, so it's a board with no funding power, or they're not getting a salary. That's okay. But if you have a board that does not that has a salary, city council cannot sit on that board. Are y'all following me here? You understand what I'm saying?
I do.
Okay. So let's look at that, for example, the Land Bank Authority. The Land Bank Authority has 7 members used to address blighted, tax delayed properties. The mayor may serve as one of the directors and is the only elected official eligible to serve on that board. Okay, let's look at the Crossplex Board. It's also known as a Athletic, Cultural, and Entertainment Facilities Board, or PACE, PACE. For reference of this conversation, we're going to call it the Crossplex Board. Consists of 5 members. All members are nominated by the mayor and confirmed by the city council. This is one board in which there is we call a hybrid appointed model, which means that the mayor nominates and the council approves.
Approved.
Okay, so what is ethically or legally restricted when it comes to boards and agencies in the city? Number one, city council members are explicitly prohibited from serving on most other city commissions during their term. Number two, this prohibition was added in the 2016 amendment, HB 515, which disallows council members from sitting on boards such as the Planning Commission, the Industrial Development Board, or the Parks and Rec Board. And I got reference to this. There's an article in the Birmingham Watch. I got references to this. Uh, Birmingham Watch, I got an article on that. Okay. So when I click on it, my notes, that article automatically pops up. So I can reference it, right there. Okay. So there's certain boards that the mayor can sit on, and then there's a few boards that city council can sit on. But for most of the boards and agencies in the city of Birmingham, the city council cannot sit on those boards, whether it's for a salary or not. That has been a change in the mayor council act. So why does this matter? The mayor retains statutory authority to sit on certain boards, underscoring executive control over specific functions. In other words, it's part of his job as CEO. City council members are largely barred from serving boards, reinforcing the legislative execution created by the amendment to the Mayor Council Act. And finally, this exclusion limits the council influence over key decision making bodies in planning, economic development, transit, and more. Why? Because those are executive functions. And these functions are controlled by the mayor, which is the executive branch, the CEO of the city of Birmingham.
Thank you. Ooh, that was awesome, Keith. Awesome. Again, we are not acting as lawyers. We are citizens, and we are running for uh, city council seats. I'm running for District 8 city council seat, and Mr. Keith O. Williams running for District 6. Let me add a little something to, which is, this is not in the Mayor Council Act, and we are getting closer to closing for the Mayor Council Act discussion. But let me enumerate this since he mentioned the Birmingham Land Bank Authority. I was good enough to pull this information, and I like to bring facts. And a lot of things have happened with the Birmingham Land Bank where they was going straight into success. They done turned left and right. And it's not the program that was designed. And this is the design contract here under the from under the mayor, former Mayor William Bell. And it says the Land Bank Authority is a city-funded, publicly appointed group with the legal authority to waiver delinquent property taxes and to acquire a consolidated abandoned properties in order to promote their redevelopment. The executive director is at that time was Caroline Douglas. Now remember now, this is a an older version. Uh, the idea of establishing a land bank in Birmingham have been discussed many times and was supported in particular by the Birmingham Land Reform Coalition. However, many other coalitions rec- recommended were not adopted. Recommendation, I apologize, were not adopted. Land bank was enabled in Alabama by a law passed in 2009, enrolled into a section Code of Alabama. So we got 1975. Let me read that again. Into section 24-9 of the 1975 Code of Alabama. A 2013 amendment passed an Act 2013-249, expanding the powers of land bank. For Birmingham, the Land Bank Authority represents a key element of Mayor William Bell Rise Birmingham initiative, which is to also involve streamlined code enforcement, a new property management code, and enforcement of environmental regulation as tools to combat blight and stabilize neighborhoods at risk of decline. Redevelopment efforts would be prioritized based on the recommendations generated in the Birmingham Comprehensive Plan Community Framework Plans, which cover the North Birmingham, Titusville, and the Western Birmingham communities of Smithfield, West End, and 5 Point West. On May 6, 2014, the Birmingham City Council passed a resolution proposing that the mayor office to create the city land bank. Again, in 2014, this is 11 years later, the Birmingham City Council passed a resolution proposed by the mayor's office to create the city's authority. The resolution established a 7-member board with 4 members appointed by the council and 3 by the mayor's office, one of whom may be the mayor. A citizen advisory board was also established. A citizen advisory board was also established in the ordinances, which represents all of each council district appointed by their respective council member. Though to this day, no one has ever been appointed to the advisory board. So that means no board has been created, but it's supposed to be one. The authority initial budget was created by transferring $370,000 from the city capital project budget. The total cost of implementing the Rise Birmingham initiative is established at $76.3 million. Okay, this is where a lot of neighbors are upset when I read this. One element of Birmingham Land Bank policy gives residents an option of taking over vacant delinquent properties which adjourns their own homes. If they maintain the properties for 3 years, as of 2014, there are an estimated 16,000 delinquent properties, many of which have fallen delinquent due to the oversight in transferring estates. The city has asked Legal Services for Alabama to assist residents with cleaning up such oversight to help homeowners and unwanted seizures under the new law. In 2023, the Land Bank Authority announced the first 25 new homes available for purchase and built them through an accelerated homeowners program in Fountain Heights. A groundbreaking ceremony was held June 4th, 2024. That ends this reading. Again, the citizens are not able to get the contract, and that needs to be looked into as well. I want to thank everyone who have joined us. At the end of the booklet, we have changes of city ordinances. There will be another segment on city ordinances that which is also under the city council because we cannot get everything in tonight. But we know that it took a while to have this take done. Some people may have will take longer, but me and Mr. Williams uh, have taken our time out to dissect this mayor and council act HB 515 for Birmingham, Alabama for 2016 amended. And I just want to say to you all, thank you all for listening. If you have questions, concerns, drop those into the questions because we appreciate it. This took a lot of time and a lot of work. And to go through this booklet, we know we may get positives. We hope to get more positive comments than anything. And we may get some negative. That's okay. But if you have questions, you can contact your mayor. You can contact your city council. They are there, they're on the clock, and they're getting paid. And they have the right to answer the citizens' questions on the Mayor Council Act. And we appreciate y'all time. I will let me go ahead and give my pitch for my campaign. I am Susan Palmer, and I am running for the Birmingham City Council seat of District 8 because you matter. I have been an advocate for years, starting with the school board for PTA president, and then to the city 14 years as a neighborhood president here in Central Park. And I want to say to you all that I have been fighting for our children. I've been fighting against crime. If you want to really know who I am, Google me. Google Susan Palmer, Google Central Park. It will give you it will give you uh anything that I've done in the news media. Everything is out there in writing. So if you will listen to us from Birmingham, from out of state, because you will be listening to us from out of state. So I'm just telling you all, I'm not someone that just want to throw my name in this particular position to run. I'm someone who has a plan. I'm someone who cares, who advocates. I would like to take the information I get and give it back to you all. Yes, our city in Birmingham is lacking communication when it comes to our citizens. This that we're doing tonight and doing here out should be done by the paid for employees of the mayor and the city council to keep us abreast of what the laws are, what the ordinances are, what is going on in our city. We have dropped in population, and in any other city, their mayor council act would be demolished because we don't hold 300,000 residents. But we read the law. We know what the law is. If you still have questions, you can call us. My number is 205-602-8722. And I will put that in the comments. 205-602-8722. Tell everyone to get out. If you're in Central Park, Bellevue Heights, Fairview, Ensler Highland, College Hills, Greymont, Tuxedo Heights, part of Ensley, and Thomas. And Rising West Princeton. If I left anyone out, forgive me, but it should be 12 neighborhoods in District 8. I need your votes. I need for you to go to the polls on August the 26th, 2025. Polls open at 7 and close at 7 a.m. and close at 7 p.m. If you're on this live, you live in another city, another state, contact your relatives in this city and tell them to get out and vote for Miss Susan Palmer for District 8 City Council meeting. Keith, City Council seat.
Uh,
Keith.
yeah, we getting ready to close. Uh, yeah, real quick, I just want to share a few things with you. For example, what are some of the violations of the Mayor Council Act? Go over those real quick. Number one, using city money improperly. That includes the misuse of CARE Act funds or ARPA funds. That's a violation. Campaigning on city time or using public resources in an effort to campaign. That's a violation. Appointing friends or family to boards and awarding contracts without a process. That's also including, like, it's, for example, if someone, donates to your campaign and then you give them a contract, that's a violation too.
Say it
Placing
again.
campaign signs. Let me say that again. Okay.
Yes. Somebody didn't hear
Appointing
that.
friends or family boards or awarding contracts without process. Or if someone, let's say someone donates to your campaign and you give them a contract, you can't do that. That's a violation. Okay. Placing campaign signs or materials on city property, and that includes your parks. That's a no-no. Attempting to silence public question at meetings, that you can't do that neither. If you are a mayor of city council and somebody's complaining on your social media page, don't you know they can't shut you down? That's a violation. They can't do that. Okay. Did you know a city employee or executive staff members may face conflict of interest rules if they run for elected office? Did you know that? Okay. City parks and property cannot be used for campaign promotion.
Say that again because you
Okay.
kind of broke up.
Neighborhood is clearly open. Okay. City parks and property cannot be used for campaign promotion. Neighborhood association meetings are not campaign events unless clearly open for that purpose. Now, citizens, how can you stay informed? Number one, attend your city council meetings, whether it's in person or online. You can get a copy of the Mayor Council Act online at the City of Birmingham government website. Request information about board appointments. You can do that at City Hall. Ask questions, demand transparency, get involved in your local government. And finally, connect with grassroots individuals and organizations. You got two people right here who are strong advocates in the city of Birmingham that's going to fight for you. Get with us if you have to. If you need help in fighting what's going on in the neighborhood, you can definitely call on us. We will definitely spring into action. The Mayor Council Act was created to balance power. It only works when residents understand it, demand accountability, and speak up. That's one of the reasons why we're on here, because we want to educate you on the Mayor Council Act. So now that you are armed with this information, we encourage you to stay connected. I also will be, upon request, I have a one-page guide that summarizes everything that we talked about. So if you want a copy of that, you can reach out to me on Facebook or you can contact me by phone. My number is area code 205-641-9976. Once again, that number is area code 205-641-9976. We'll be more than happy to take your questions, address your concerns, and I'll be able to give you this one-page summary of the Mayor Council Act that we have discussed here.
And I want you all to know that the City Council of the City of Birmingham major job is to govern the local city ordinances. There are so many But I'm going to do a segment on city ordinances in the city of Birmingham and the do's and the don'ts and the fines. And are they following the process when it comes to new city ordinances being voted on or requested by the mayor versus the city council? So that's another segment coming, and but not tonight because we don't want to hold you up for no more time. But we do want to say, I do want to say this. I'm Susan Palmer, and this is Mr. Keith Williams. We are taking donations for our campaign. So you can reach out to us and on our Facebook page, Susan Palmer, and then his website, his Facebook page, excuse me, as well. I'm going to let him pitch his campaign, and then we're going to come back with the conclusion. But we want you to say this platform was not paid for by the committee to elect Susan Palmer because this is a free advertisement on social media. And our disclaimer is we're not lawyers. This is an opinion. We have went, but the law is what we read in the Mayor Council Act as well as the Land Bank. All this material can be found on Birmingham City website. Birmingham City website. You can go out there and all this information is free. You just have to pay to download it. But we just want you to know that to reference from that. If you still have questions on what we read, feel free to contact your mayor and your local city council representatives if they have read the booklet. Because whether they read it or not, I actually see some things that need to be addressed or investigated, and I'm gonna leave it at that. And some things will be, but in order to bring change and make sure that Birmingham is number one again, that we bring in our citizens back, we got to first tackle crime. That's another subject too at another date. So, Mr. Keith, give your pitch for your platform, and we're going to be able to end this live.
Okay, so I'm running because I want to breathe life into Birmingham's future. What I discovered was I received a vision that Birmingham is nestled in a valley of dry bones. And those dry bones either represent people are not being heard, things are not being done, and we just have a lot of questionable behavior that's going on in the city of Birmingham. So those are examples of dry bones. Where I'm running because I want to breathe life into Birmingham's future. So what does that look like? I have what is called the ACT framework. Accountability that's rooted in action, community engagement that brings people together through common ground. That means we got to be out there where the people are at. You can't be, elected official and be scared to go into these neighborhoods because you're not going to know what people want unless you're actually out there. So that's what I want to do. And then we have transparency that informs, educates, and transforms. I cannot be in solidarity with you if I don't know what's going on. This is one of the reasons why we came on here, because we want to educate the people on how Birmingham is governed by the law. And so a city council, they legislate, they advocate, they pass a balanced budget, they appoint members to boards of agencies. My commitment to you is that framework: accountability, community engagement, and transparency. District 6 foundation is crumbling. It needs a new foundation. We can't party our way out of certain situations. We have to tackle it with strategically. We have to have those tough conversations. And most importantly, if you say you're going to do something, then you need to do it. That's what I stand for. And that's why on August the 26th, 2025, I want you to vote for me, Keith O. Williams, your next Birmingham City Council for District 6. For more information, www.facebook.com/KO Williams, WILLIAMS, P as in Paul, C as in cat, if you want to know more information about my campaign. And I'm also accepting donations. You can get information from that, as well. Thank you so much for tuning in. and seeing you next time.
And I'm Susan Palmer, and my plan of action for my campaign that I have is for safer neighborhood, more police, Birmingham police boots on the ground, and school crossing zones with lights, educating our students on crime prevention, um, keeping our parents involved in the issues that's going on with crime and with the city. Stop the stormwater flooding, including Bessemer Superhighway, potholes, overgrown lots, and abandoned houses. Enforce new city ordinances to clean up Birmingham. No dumping. Find the city for sidewalks and alleys not cut. Trim 100-year-old trees. Junk cars. We have over 25 on two lots or more. Find each car that's on these residential properties. Redevelop of empty lots that's overgrown with new affordable homes. um, Provide grant funding to rehab uh, existing homes over 50 years old, increase the critical repair funds, and help to develop private owned apartments. The budget belongs to the citizens, and I will make sure accountability is enforced by requesting show us the money statement. District 8 meetings will be held with the citizens and businesses by District 8 if I am elected. Redevelop our park, recreation centers with computers, Wi-Fi, internet, and beautification is priority among our libraries. Please donate to my cash app, $Susan, U with a U, Matter campaign. Or you can make checks payable to Susan Palmer Campaign or call me at 205-602-8722 because you matter. I'm a proven leadership. So vote for me on August the 26th, 2025. Thank you all for tuning in. And this won't be our last time. May God bless each one of you all, keep you and your family safe, and pray for Birmingham, Alabama, as we go in August to hopefully and prayerfully for change, but change that's going to serve the citizens of Birmingham in the greatness. So thank you all again. Thank Mr. Keith Williams for coming and partnering with me. I really enjoyed it. Keith, you are very informative. And this won't be the last one. We will be doing this again. And like, if you need to have one of us to come out and speak, or both of us, contact us 205-602-8722. Give your number, Keith.
Area code 205-641-9976.
Okay, lead us out, Keith, with a good blessing, and then we'll see you all next video. Any
All
prayer?
right. Yeah. Father God, we just want to thank you for everyone that has tuned in to this session and those who are going to tune in later. We thank you that you have brought information back to our remembrance so that we can inform and educate the people on what matters most. We pray now that everyone who is on here, that they be safe, that they be protected, that you will provide provision. So as we leave this place, we don't want to leave your presence. We thank you and all for all things. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. Take care,
Amen. Thank
everybody.
y'all. God bless you. We love you, and good night.